covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison.
And I'm Tiffany Lee. Arkansas State Police are releasing dash cam video of a traffic stop that ended in a shooting. The trooper who shot the man has been cleared of any wrongdoing.
Yeah, the man shot allegedly resisted arrest and assaulted the trooper. It happened on the shoulder of I-49 in Rogers back in July. Arkansas State Police says that trooper Alexandria Duncan turned on her lights and sirens to pull over Angel Sept Alvarado after she clocked him going 114 miles per hour. In the video, Duncan pulls on his car door, throws his keys out of the car because his hand was still on the gear shift. Then she tells him to get out.
In the video, Duncan uses her taser on him multiple times, and then the two struggle over it. The video shows Sept Alvarado get a hold of the taser and throw it onto the highway. A woman pulled over to try to help the trooper, who can be heard asking her to grab the taser off the highway and then get out of the way.
Moments later, Duncan shoots and calls for backup. The bullet grazes Sept Alvarado in the head, and he was taken to the hospital for treatment. Troopers also note that his blood alcohol level was twice the legal limit.
The law is clear and the policy is clear, and we can use the amount of force necessary to effect an arrest. In a situation where he is trying to disarm her of her taser, that automatically escalates that situation into a deadly force situation.
Well, Sept Alvarado's attorney says he did not use a weapon, strike the trooper, overpower her, or grab her firearm. He went on to say his client was unarmed and the situation did not justify the use of deadly force.
Sept Alvarado, who's originally from Guatemala, was taken to the Benton County Jail. That's where he was placed on hold for a Homeland Security investigation for reasons not disclosed.
The full unedited 8-minute video released of the arrest, you can find that at 5newsonline.com. And the U.S. Postal Service is keeping operations in Fayetteville instead of their original plan to send the local mail to Oklahoma City for processing.
The proposed plan to keep the operations here means saving around $3 billion from other sites across the nation. Those cuts are making it possible to keep the Fayetteville Center running for at least 10 more years.
That's going to come in the way of workplace amenities for the employees there, such as new lighting. We're going to renovate the bathrooms and the break rooms. So that'll just be for a nicer workplace for them to come to. So we're happy to do that.
The plan also proposes operational strategies that integrate transportation and boost productivity.
All right, we're going to get to more top stories for you in just a minute.
But first, let's send it over to Zach with a check of today's forecast.
Thanks, ladies. Temperatures today getting hotter outside. We got to start to really watch ourselves as heat stress will be building the next few days, likely, especially across the River Valley and parts of eastern Oklahoma. That's where it's going to be the hottest and the muggiest. These are actual air temperatures. So highs today bumped up to the upper 80s, low 90s. Northwest Arkansas, low to mid 90s, scattered across the River Valley towards the Ouachitas. Now factor in the humidity. It'll feel like the mid 90s in Northwest Arkansas. And again, we haven't had heat like this really in several weeks. So it can build on you quick. You got to take care of yourself, stay hydrated, take breaks in the AC. Feels like temperatures around 100, possibly a spot or two up to 102, 103 in the River Valley today. The heat's not going anywhere for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In fact, Saturday and Friday will be hotter than where we are today, where we will have a high chance of feels like temperatures, especially in the River Valley, 100 to 105. Finally, ladies, the high is going to break down and shift towards Florida as we go Sunday into early next week. Opening the door for a cold front. We'll have some scattered shower chances and more comfortable weather on the backside as we get into early next week.
Thanks, Zach. Well, the November 5th election is now less than just 2 months away. Election officials are gearing up for the big day.
5 News reporter Jacob Luthi spoke with the local election coordinator about their preparations and important dates that you should know if you plan to vote.
We're running as smoothly as I possibly can at this point. We have wonderful volunteers that are up here on a daily basis, and they're helping us to ensure that we're meeting those deadlines, we're testing our equipment.
Election day is November 5th, and Sebastian County Election Coordinator Amanda Cravey and her team are preparing for a busy election season.
We just finalized everything with our electronic ballot, and so that is getting programmed and ready for us to put onto our systems. So we're doing LNA testing. We're clearing all the systems and getting that prepared for the ballot to be loaded. Once we get it loaded, we'll be testing that with actual ballots.
In total, Cravey says Sebastian County will have 32 voting sites, 220 different ballots, and 240 voting machines, and 176 trained poll workers to help manage it all.
We typically have 4 workers at each site, 3 poll workers, and then 1 judge. People being willing to work and to assist with this process has been really a wonderful experience to hear. I get calls from people every day about how excited they are to be a part of it.
And the one deadline Cravey wants everyone to remember.
October 7th is your deadline to register to vote. So I would encourage you to go on to VoterView and double check that you're registered to vote, because if you haven't participated for a while, you might not be an active registered voter.
Early voting begins on October 21st, and Cravey says they have options for those who may be busy during the week.
So if you work all through the week and you just can't get off, we are open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays, the 2 Saturdays leading up to Election Day. So it gives everyone an opportunity to be able to vote without the crazy rush of Election Day.
Well, if you live in Sebastian County and are interested in seeing and testing the machines, Cravey says that they will have public testing on October 9th.
Yeah, it'll take place at the Sebastian County Election Commission office in Fort Smith. Well, thank you for joining us for the latest news and weather where you live.
Catch up with us tomorrow for more. Have a great day.